select a different style, we simply click on the down arrow and select the type we desire. Below the style box are the Start on Page and Start with Number checkboxes. Here we can specify which page we want the page numbering to begin on and what number we want to start from. For example, if we wanted to, we could make our first page page 30. Below this box, we can specify leading text. For example, we could tell AmiPro to insert a dash before the page number. Finally, at the bottom of this dialog box is a sample of what our page number will look like. These options are all fine as is, so let's insert the page number by clicking on the OK button. And we're returned to the document window, which now displays the page number as the footer. These page numbers will appear on every page of our document and will be automatically updated as we insert pages into the document. While we're at it, let's add some identifying text as a header to this document. First, we select Go To from the Edit menu. When the Go To dialog box appears, we scroll down the list and select the header option. Then we click on Go To. Now our cursor has been moved to the area in the top margin of the document. Let's type in the name of the department that this memo pertains to so that we can tell at a glance which employees should receive the memo. To enter the text, we simply type Sales Personnel. And the header is entered. Now that we've inserted a header and footer into the document, please pause the tape and complete interactive exercise number 6 in your workbook. I'll see you when you're finished. Welcome back. If you successfully completed the exercise, your screen should now look something like this. Another thing that we can do to add a little something extra to our document is to add bullets. Bullets are special characters that we can place at the beginning of an item in a list. Let's try it by pressing Control Page Down to move to the list of companies on page 2. Now we move the insertion point to just before the first company name, Run-A-Day Time Management Systems. Next, we open the Edit menu and select Insert. When the Insert submenu appears, we select the Bullet option. The Insert Bullet dialog box appears, displaying several symbols we can choose for a bullet character. Let's select the one that looks like a box with a shadow by clicking on it. And a sample appears in the example box. To insert the bullet, we click on OK. And the bullet appears in the document. Now, let's press the Tab key to put some space between the bullet and the text. That looks pretty good, so let's take a moment and format the rest of this list. Since this involves procedures with which you are already familiar, please pause the tape now and complete interactive exercise number 7 in the workbook. I'll see you when you're finished. Welcome back. Our document is shaping up nicely. However, the date in the heading area still needs to be adjusted. We could insert today's date in the heading simply by typing it in, but instead, let's place a date code in the document that will be automatically updated each time the memo is printed. First, we select the existing date information. Then we click on the Edit menu. Select Insert, and the Insert submenu appears. Since we want to insert the date, we select the Date Time option. And the Insert Date Time dialog box appears. At the top, we see a list of date and time information we can enter. The first option, Today's Date, will insert today's date into the document, while System Date will insert a date code that will be updated each time the document is opened. This is the option we want. so we click on the System Date radio button. Beneath, we see various styles that we can display the date and time in. Let's select the second style by clicking on it. Now to insert the date code into the document, we click on the OK button. In a few moments, the current date is inserted into the document. Keep in mind that this date will be updated every time the file is printed. So if we print it today, it will show today's date. If we print the file tomorrow, it will show tomorrow's date, and so on. Our memo is now complete. So let's save it, print out a copy, then exit the program. First, we click on the Save Smart icon, which displays an arrow pointing into a file folder. Next, we click on the Print Smart icon and choose OK. In a few moments, our newly edited document is printed and looks something like this. Now we exit AmiPro by pressing Alt F4. And in a few moments, we'll return to the Windows main screen. This completes segment 5, in which we learned how to spell check a document, create a header and footer, and insert a date code. The exercises and quiz in the workbook will help you sharpen your skills, so please complete them on your own. This also brings us to the end of the AmiPro for Windows Basic Features Learning System. We've covered a great deal of information in a short period of time, so feel free to go back and review the material at your leisure. In addition to AmiPro, MicroVideo offers learning systems on a wide variety of Windows and DOS-based business software. So perhaps we'll see you again. In the meantime, thank you for choosing a MicroVideo product.